Oh yeah, you alright?
What's going on, mate?
Good.
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm alright. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. So it looks like GJ broke down this
I
morning.
couldn't really find any way to get an entry though.
Yeah, neither. To be fair, literally, like, I maybe woke up at like 7, and obviously I saw that price was breaking down. But then I looked at the 15-minute, and I was like, okay, well, like, stop's gonna be at least 18 pips for price to continue down. So didn't really want to take it. So rather wait to see if we make a low and retrace it, and then we continue down. It's probably gonna be better.
Exactly that, yeah.
Yeah, especially if we retrace before London Open and then we create some like minor resistance. That's gonna be pretty good for price to continue down. So we'll see. We'll see. But the yeah, I think obviously when I wait for a few more people to join, we'll do some like fresh analysis. But looking on the daily now, I think the daily time frame, if it can create resistance below 139 400, then there's a higher probability that we can continue down. Because I think fundamentally, right, we can continue down, especially if Brexit and stuff is going to be coming out today, and so we'll see.
Yeah, true. Like, the price might be dropping now, like preparing for it.
Yeah, probably maybe get priced in.
That's the one.
Oh, yeah. So we'll see. Keep the news up. Okay, we've got any news today? We've got, yeah, pretty clear day today. Okay, so 29 minutes. Oh, so look at that. So at 7 a.m. we had UK minister will keep negotiating until either there is no point or a deal. Yeah, so yeah, and then look, no breakthrough on the fish. So I really think it's gonna collapse the talks. Right, we'll wait for a few people to join, and then we can do some fresh analysis. Yeah. So GJ 1 hour candle is closed. It's coming to a close. Yeah, this drop was just extremely difficult to anticipate. I think the only confirmation for a sell was based on this 15-minute candle close, because it closed just below this minor support. That's the only thing, because then you had kind of clean candles to retest this low. But yeah, just difficult. Right, coming to the last 5 minutes. See. So pretty much at this point, because we're seeing some heavy momentum, we're gonna need to wait for either price to make a low, or we need to wait for like a weak bullish candle, some further resistance to continue down. So we'll just have to wait. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little bit of waiting here. Morning, everyone. Getting closer and closer to the giveaway. Ooh, tell you what, it is cold this morning. Need to wait for this. Need to wait for it to warm up a bit in here. Morning, morning. Morning, Fo. How's it going? Okay. So, this 15-minute candle's got 2 minutes left to close here on GBP, JPY. Let's check out gold here because we had some analysis on gold. So it does look like gold is just ranging right now. So since the like Asian session, gold broke out, made a highs, retrace, and it's just ranging right now. So let's look at the daily. Let's clear everything here quick, do some fresh analysis. So previous daily candle closed bearish, Friday's candle. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, we're back at that same resistance on gold. So price has come back up to that same resistance, and the current 4-hour, is kind of rejecting it so far, but it's not closed yet. Looks like we created like a support over here for gold to continue up. So I think I was talking about, if this 4-hour candle can, close below this area, then gold can continue down, but failed to do so, and now it's coming back up to 1842, right, this area. Look at the 1 hour. So looking on the 1 hour time frame, let's neaten this up a bit, so we can see, we had a resistance over here. So the 1 hour time frame hasn't really come up to 1843 yet, so we'll have to wait and see there. Looking on the 30-minute time frame, because the 1 hour is very messy. Right, the 1 hour time frame is very messy. Let's look on the 30-minute. Yeah, so I think price is just ranging right now in this zone here. So price is just ranging. Very messy for sells, to be honest, because we have a lot of wicks, supports, traffic. So yeah, I have to wait and see over here. Oh, looks like GJ's trying to continue down. Okay, so 15-minute candle close like a strong bearish candle on GJ. So I think the next one should continue down to 139.050, right? But yeah, it's just gotta wait because price may continue down, but we need it to make a low, or it can't really do anything while it's just printing bearish like that, because out of all the times that it's done this, I've been caught out too many times trying to take a sell down over here to continue down, and price retraces. So you just have to, it's just wait, just a lot of waiting involved. 5 lots again. Yep, back on the still on the 5 lots. Still on the 5 lots. I missed this move though. Yes, missed the move here on GJ. Well, missed this drop. So this is where we just have to wait. So anyway, looking at gold, it's just so messy. Let's look at the Dow. If we clear everything here. Looking on the daily, previous daily candle, Friday's candle, it actually closed above, this resistance over here, which is actually the new historical high point for the Dow. Looking on the 4 hour. So looking on the 4 hour, it does seem like we had a resistance up over here, and price broke out of that on Friday, came up, created a high, and now it looks like it's retracing to create, some support, right? Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, so it's creating some support over here on the 1 hour time frame. If we remove this zone now, because this zone's a old zone, so we had a support down over here because we had these clean candles to the left area where price pushed up, and we have a high to retest right over here. Right, looking at the 30-minute. Yeah, let's at the 30-minute candle. It closed above this minor resistance, so this candle should do like a little retest and then continue moving up. Let's go back to GJ. Yeah, GJ just coming down right now. Good to see you pre-London. Yeah, man. Started the streams a bit earlier from now on. I think it's much better. Morning, Harrison. I'm the guy asking about on IG about your candle colors. Can you please show me the color code? Yeah, sure. Okay, let me try and find this. Settings. Okay. Not really sure where to find the code. Yeah, it doesn't really have a code. I don't think it's got a code. Well, that looks strange now. I've got to change that back. It's better. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't really have a code. You have to click on the plus sign. Okay, just click on the plus sign. Okay, there you go. There's the code. 21. So 2196F3. Yeah, so you can see that there. Okay, cool. You got it? Give you another couple seconds. Okay. So, bro, with a 10K account and maintaining 5% risk, is one per trade okay? One per trade okay. Okay, so with the 10K account, you want to use 5% risk, right? So that would be, you want to risk a 5 lot. Is that right? If my math's right. 10% of a 10,000 is 1,000, so 5% would be 500. So, oh, 1 lot. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you was gonna say 500. I think it's up to you, to be honest. Oh, $500 drawdown. Okay. I mean, if you're trading 1 lots, like, to be honest, you shouldn't really have. I don't think you should really have. What's the word? Like, with 1 lot, you shouldn't really have a 500 minus day. But to be honest, like, to be completely honest, like, it doesn't. The risk is obviously really important. You know, the risk is really important. 2%, 3%, whatever. But in your head, just in your head, you can have a figure that you're willing to lose. So, like, you can say, like, okay, I've got 10,000. I'm willing to lose 200 of that a day. So then you do have to accept, you know, if you're willing to lose 200 in a day, and you can blow 10% in a week, right? But yeah, I mean, it's up to you, to be completely honest. If you stick with the strict lot size, and I think that you're profitable, then that's it could work, you know. But you have to be, I think you need to be consistent first before you want to risk such high amounts. If you're not consistent, then I suggest sticking to like a 1% or 0.5% till you get consistent. When you get consistent, then you can say to yourself, okay, well, I've got 10,000. Maybe I want to lose 200 a day, 300 a day, right? That's what I'm willing to lose. I know that I have X amount win ratio. I know that I am able to keep my losses small. So obviously it's up to you. So yeah, I think you just need to have a think about those things, and then yeah, you'll come to terms with if that's gonna work out or not. Okay, so we looked at US30. Let's check out GCAD, because it looks like GCAD's doing similar thing to like GJ over here. So GCAD's coming down, daily time frame's coming down. It may reach this support on this liquidity zone down over here, so that's something to keep in mind. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, yeah, 4-hour, we have clean candles coming down to the support, right? So this is another like 40-50 pips away, right? Looking on the 1-hour time frame, yeah, price made a low and then retraced and then continue down. So very hard to, you know, anticipate that. It's got on the 30-minute time frame, yeah. So price broke out of this range. Probably gonna need a retracement at this point because, yeah, candles are printing bearish, so we don't know where the low's gonna be. But essentially, if we go to the 30-minute, we have clean candles coming down to support. So GCAD should continue moving down. Yeah, GCAD should continue down. We've got GJ continuing down. So GBP is weak today. Okay, we're going to come to Euro JPY in just a sec. See how GJ is closing. Okay, let's go Euro JPY. So looking at the daily time frame on Euro JPY, obviously we know the previous daily candle closed bullish, right? It closed with no wick to the bottom, so technically that means, you know, price couldn't go below this area. So either if we break the low of that previous daily candle, we can, you know, correct some of this move potentially, or retrace even a little bit, right? Or we could break the low and it could be a liquidity grab to continue higher, but we're just going to think out loud for the minute. So let's look on the 4-hour, because the 4-hour will give us some more information. So the 4-hour, we have a support down over here, right? We also have this high that was created. Now this 4-hour time frame during the before the weekend, you know, it came up to retest the high and failed to break higher than that. So now it's retracing, it's creating like some resistance over here. So it's probably going to come down to support. So it gets key from that area, you know, whether we're going to break down and then continue down, and so on. So looking at the 1-hour, creating a resistance over here. We're also creating we had a support created right over here. So this range is a bit of a, yeah, it's not really a good range. It's like 10 pips, very messy on the 1-hour. So it's probably gonna need to wait for, you know, like a break below 126.050. Yeah, this 30-minute range is no good. This range down over here is no good. So the best thing to do is to wait for this support to break, and then, you know, we have clean traffic to retest this support down over here. So that's going to be a much better trade idea. You know, thinking of buys, if we break above this resistance, we have clean candles coming up to this area here, right? But, you know, at the same time, again, this range is going to be, yeah, it's going to be pretty small. So not amazing. Okay, Let's head back to GJ, see what it's doing. It's retracing. So I think price is forming a low right now. We want this candle to close like a strong bullish, because then it paves way for the next one to close like a strong bullish, and then we just have to wait for like some form of resistance for price to continue down. So yeah, so EJ not looking great. Like the range is, yeah, range is not good. So in fact, let's measure this range now. It might be slightly, yeah, around 12 pips. Not bad, not great, but not bad. Okay, and then we said this range was like 8 pips. Yeah, 9 pips. Let's say the FTSE 100's pushing bullish. Yeah, still going bullish. Looking on the 4 hour. So it seems like the FTSE created some support over here for price to continue up. You know, created support again, and right, and then creating support up over here. Looks like it did like a little fake out of this zone on the 4 hour for price to continue up. Look at the 1 hour. Yeah, it does seem like it did that, because we had like a support, price came down, broke below, closed back above the zone, and headed on up to retest this high. So yeah, it did really do that. So we have no information to the left at this point, so we don't really know where the FTSE can go. So we're just gonna sit and watch. So gold's breaking down. 15-minute candle closed below. Next 15-minute candle wicked up to continue down. So look at that. Nearly even broke the high, but it didn't. So gold should continue down to 1837 and then down to 1835. But see, these ranges, it's very difficult because of all these wicks and mess to the left. So yeah, looks like GJ's retracing, which is good. 30-minute trying to close bullish, maybe. But the thing is when I see these 30-minute candles close like this, you know, sometimes the next candle just continues down, and there's nothing we can do about it. It just does. So if it does, like, that's it. Maybe you've missed a move. So yeah, if we look at the 30-minute, the 30-minute candle closed bullish, but more times than not, price is just going to come down and fill this wick. That's what I see happen more times than not. So the only way I can kind of take a trade is I need to wait for price to create some resistance. It's the only way, right? Because if it just continues down, you know, there was no confirmation for that. So it gets different. Yeah, so we can see now it's already coming down to fill this wick, to fill this range, right? So yeah, nothing we can do. Yeah, it's already came and done it. 15 pips in a matter of 50 seconds. 13 pips in a matter of 30 seconds. So yeah, definitely gonna need to wait. Yeah. So I think GJ is going to continue down. Looks like there's some heavy momentum here for price to continue. So yeah, that's it really. Just got to wait. Just got to wait. So gold, 15-minute time frame, also closed below this area. Right, so we should continue down to support at this point.
GJ is just dropping
Is it?
big time. Yeah,
Oh yeah, just seen that.
it's already hit the support.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, like I said, man, just
There's
it
no
just
way you
does
could get
that.
in.
Yeah, it just does
Yeah,
that. Yeah. Like, you could sell that, but then the one time it doesn't work out, you're gonna be mad, you know, because then it's like, oh, the other candle closed bullish. And where do you put your stop loss? Maybe,
true.
maybe behind the other candle, but I don't know. I think it's still risky because it made a low, and you know, it's only when there's heavy momentum does it just continue down like that, right? But that's just, it is what it is. It really is. So let's look at, you know, now. Okay, fine. So price has reached our support, no problem, right? Because it's still making a low. At least it's trending, because when price is trending and when there's momentum, right, then you know you just gotta look to try and catch that wave. So looking at price now, I think our next destination is gonna be, you know, somewhere down over here around 138,900, which is another. Well, it's really trying to reach it, but it's another like 12 pips away. And then once we break 138,900, we have further clean traffic, maybe, you know, coming down to 138,750, and then to continue on to 138,550. So we're going to look at this area. So we've got an area here, and then we have some further clean candles down to this support. But yeah, GJ is hard, man. So just gonna have to wait for price to make a low, and that's literally it. That's literally it. So it's created a resistance over here, right? So this is a strong resistance. So let's say this move gets corrected, because you know we always have to look at many possibilities. So let's say this move gets corrected with you know, like pre-New York or coming later on in the session. You know, if we break above this area, now we have clean candles to correct that move. But these prices creating clean candles at the moment, so just have to be patient. But we have missed this sell move down to 139.050. This move was missed. UK's PM Johnson, I'm ready to pull out of talks within hours over EU demands. Yeah, I think that's gonna happen anyway, man. It's just evident. These people, they're too hard to negotiate with. So I don't know what to say. Yeah, maybe it was this, you know, pull out of talks. So if that means, right, they're saying within hours, that should mean GJ should continue dropping, because you know they're gonna potentially price this in now, right? So we're just gonna need to wait for some form of pullback, right? Resistance, because then we can sell to continue down, because there's strong momentum at the moment. And if it comes out, oh, it's just still going. If it comes out that there's a no deal or they pull out of negotiations, man, I think GBP can. I think we can reach. I'm gonna sound crazy, but I think we can reach back to like 137,500, because this was the area that, you know, price broke out of to continue bullish, probably on the, you know, the vaccine hopes and all of that. So with that fading and the fears of, you know, a no deal coming back in, I think we can correct this push from a fundamental perspective. It may not happen like today, but I think, you know, overnight and like for the daily, you know, over the next maybe 1 to 2 days. So anyway, yeah, let's just wait here for the 15-minute candle to close. Now I get in and get 5 pips. Ooh, man, where did you get in? Because even if you got another break of the low, you should have at least 10 pips to that support. Ooh, yeah, looks like gold continue down as well, as anticipated there. Very messy though. Very messy. Okay. Anyway, guys, we We are getting closer and closer to the giveaway. So we're at 55 subscribers to go. So let's try and get to 1K subscribers. Just when it moved hard, get in and out like 2-3 seconds. Oh, yeah, I think it moved pretty fast there because it was with London Open as well. I think this candle was a pullback for London Open, and then, because it left this wick to fill and price just dropped from London Open. Didn't even wick up or nothing. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was very difficult, but it's only Monday. And plus, we don't know what's going to happen from like a fundamental perspective, in the sense that if they did come out with a deal, then, this move should get corrected. But I think now that we're coming into, the final days, or the final time of the deal and stuff, I think it's going to start getting priced in. Yeah, the only way you could have gotten this trade on this drop was a break on the 5-minute low. That's it. But that was just super risky, of course. But it's the only way you could have executed sells. Gold. Yeah, looks like gold tapped into 1835 and now retracing. Looks like GCAS. Oh yeah, looks like GCAS trying to continue moving down. Yeah, I think the sell on GCAB was at 645. Price create like a minor resistance, and this was your selling candle right over here. So EJ is just ranging. FTSE's back in the range. Ooh, yes. Oh, so even the FTSE took a dive there from the news. Interesting. Yeah, FTSE's still dropping over here. It's funny how the euro isn't really affected by these news. Ooh, looks like the Dow did like a fake out over there after the next 30-minute continued moving up. Interesting. I think GJ is gonna still keep dropping. Yeah, man, I think it's gonna be a lot of weight involved here today. But at the end of the day, patience really does pay off. So stay complacent, stay patient. So let's just wait and see. It's just still dropping right now. Oh, GJ still going. It's just melting. Wow, man. Incredible. Yeah, I think next up 138, 550, but it may even do it within, this 30-minute candle. That'll be some. I mean, this 30-minute candle is, wow, 60 pips. It's still going. Oh. Did anybody catch these sells? I mean, is anybody holding positions or anything? Wow. It's still going. I think it's going to continue down to 138, 550. Wow, it is just gone through all of our my levels.
Yeah, gonna have to draw his own soon. That's right.
Yeah, okay, let's see where it can continue further down now. Yeah, I mean, the next stop is 138, 350. It's the next stop. But this is where it gets a little bit more tricky because, we have these wicks and, yeah, it gets a lot more tricky. Tick on the break of 139, 500. Nice. On the 1 minute. Oh, on the 1 minute. Wow. It is still going. 138, 138, 500 coming up. How many more pips away is the next rate? Yeah, it's like 20 more pips away. I don't know, man. It's dropped a lot. It's dropped a lot. This whole move will correct itself in a day or two. I don't know. I really don't know, because if this to me tells me that we're having a no deal price then. That's what I think. I think the only way this is gonna get corrected if we have a deal come out. If there's a no deal, then it's almost, yeah, it's pricing it in. It's just dropping. Like, it makes no sense. It's just continuing to drop. On what basis? Nothing's changed. So clearly, institutions are preparing for a no deal. It's got to be. Otherwise, GBP wouldn't be moving fucking 80 pips in one candle, and it's still going. It's like it's unstoppable. I mean, that was only the new 15-minute candle as well. Like, it's crazy, man. There's gonna be a lot of waiting here today. So, I mean, it's only like 20 past 8. This is mad. Yeah, there's gonna be some waiting involved. There's gonna be some serious waiting involved here. Okay. Let's look at gold. Ooh, looks like gold continuing down. Yeah, GCAD still dropping. EJ still ranging. GCAD. It's like the 30-minute broke the low of the previous 30-minute on EJ, but I think you need to wait for like a 15-minute candle to close below this area, at least. What's frustrating is last night the analysis. I was thinking, okay, well, if I place a sell stop below the zone, and then I wake up and prices broke below and continue down, because I was really expecting, once we broke that 4-hour zone, because the price opened with no wick to the top. If we break that, there was a higher probability we would continue down. But then I was like, okay, well, probably more than likely what's going to happen. It's still going to range through Asia, and then when I wake up, it will be, at support. And then, yeah, it just went. I woke up, and it was already coming down. So I missed the move there. I saw the first 15-minute close out of the range, but the stop loss was 15 pips. I waited for a bit of a retracement, but it keeps dropping since then. Same as me. When this 15-minute candle closed below, I was like, perfect. So we should continue down. But essentially, if this candle wicks up, then I can take entries and keep the stop a little bit tighter. But it just, it didn't want to do that. It just wanted to carry on. And if we look at the 5-minute, there's not even an area on the 5-minute where there's like some resistance. There's not even been a pullback on the 5-minute really, apart from here. So yeah, because I just have a feeling GJ is just going to keep dropping here today. It's just going to keep on dropping. And then, what I think is going to happen personally, because, literally, I've seen this happen. It's going to keep dropping because now we have a fundamental push. And then probably around pre-New York, it will pull back, right? Because then, we're coming into a new session of volume. And then from there, it should create resistance to continue down. So I don't think we're going to get a trade here for a while, I have to admit. On the 15-minute chart, when the candle broke the low of the previous bullish, why didn't you consider a sell? I don't know. I think partly because this candle closed like a strong bullish candle, right? The stop would have been at least 16 pips, 17 with spread, right? And then the range to support is 10 pips. Okay, so when we look left, we had clean traffic to 139.050. We didn't know the news and announcement was going to come out and price was going to drop lower than that. So when I measure the I know I don't really like to use risk to reward, but let's measure the risk to the reward. The reward was 11 pips, but the risk was 16 pips. So it makes no sense. So I think, like I said, I knew it was going to continue down because the way the candle closed, I knew price was going to continue down and fill this wick. I knew it. Did I need to execute on that? No, because it doesn't fit my plan and the way that I trade. So how I would have taken a sell is if the next candle closed the bearish, somewhere over here, then I can anticipate that we can continue down to fill this range with volume. But it didn't. It just broke the low and continued. So I personally think from a sustainability perspective that if you see this move, yes, there's a high probability of it working out, but your risk to reward doesn't make sense. Where are you going to place stop loss if you're anticipating the wick to get filled? So it's just, is what it is. Just going to have to wait. Yeah, no worries. I would wait for that 50% correction after a strong impulse move. It always corrects itself 50%. Yeah, I think it depends because, like I say, this is clearly a fundamental being priced in. This is just evident. So it can just keep on dropping. I don't think it's gonna do a complete 50% correction. I think it's gonna make a low, it's gonna retrace a bit, and then it's gonna create some resistance, because then as we're coming into a new session, it should continue further down. Because I think on this particular occasion, okay, let's say this was last week and it was the same news, I would say, yeah, but it's just talk, it's just talk. But we're thinking about, a deal has to be done very soon. And he's talking about he's ready to pull out of talks within hours. If we get, another announcement within a few hours that Boris has pulled out of talks with the EU, then this is going to continue further, man. This is going to go. Yeah, there's going to be another opportunity to take a sell. Price hasn't even made a low yet. When price makes a low, it does have to pull back a bit, right? And then that's the opportunity to potentially get in. So I'm just sitting here patiently. I'm in no rush. I'm not even bothered, to be honest, that I've missed this, thinking about it. Because I'm like, okay, just, I've seen this happen. Just let price do its thing and wait and see what happens. So it looks like gold is dropping. Looks like the Dow's dropping also. GCAD trying to continue. EUR/JPY. Oh yeah, looks like EUR/JPY did actually break down on the 15-minute time frame after breaking the low. Stop would have been around 10 pips. Yeah, should continue down now. Anyway, so this 15-minute candle has 5 minutes left to close. I'm going to go make a quick drink here while we wait for that. Just a quick reminder, so obviously if anyone's new to the stream, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We'll be doing the Magic Keys giveaway at 1,000 subscribers. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. So what am I on now? Because we're doing a live countdown here. Oh, we've gone up. We've gone up. So this is now 53 to go. Come on, guys. Let's get there. 53 to go. I know some of you might not have been bothered to subscribe, so please subscribe. You're going to be entered into a giveaway automatically. You haven't got to do anything. So, yeah. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Good morning. Good morning to you. So yeah, 4 minutes left for the candle to close. I'm going to go make a drink because, yeah, it's just nothing we can do right now. I just can't get over this candle. Like, it's a 84 pip candle. Incredible. Yeah, real big push there. So yeah, make sure everyone's subscribed to the YouTube. We're getting closer and closer every day. Right. If you enjoy the streams, obviously I'd appreciate it. Drop a like. Right, okay. Looks like it's going to continue further. Wow, man, this is just, yeah, this is nuts. For EJ, I think it's better to wait for sell below 126. I would agree. I think, yeah, 126.050, or yeah, this is gonna be better, definitely. Wow, man, it's just continuing. It's gonna reach our new levels of levels. We had analysis from this level, this level, this level. It's just continuing. So we're gonna have to look at where it can go after this, because it just seems like it's gonna continue. So obviously, once we break this support, we have like another minor area here too, and then I think somewhere over here is probably going to be a good target. I think 138. I think we can reach 138. Oh man, it's just still going. It's just still going. It's just incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Now I so wish I had my sell stop. Oh wow. Yeah, look at this. It's just nuts. Look at the 5 minutes. See if there's... This was the only pullback, and it broke that low and continued. This is just, yeah. See, when there's this amount of volume, this is the only time where I think the 5 minute can work for like a little resistance, a break of the low. When there's this amount of volume, when there's a fundamental push, Like that can work, right? But then it was just really not even an opportunity with there, you know. But these pushes are very rare. Like these are very rare that it will just continue, because most of the time you'll get caught out. So yeah. Right. Anyway, I'm gonna go make a quick drink because there's gonna be a lot of waiting involved here today. Gold can try to continue down. So at least we called out gold sells as well. I think gold should reach 1831 at this point. Yeah, we just need a retracement really on GJ, to be honest. Yeah, imagine if there's like some vaccine news that it's gonna cure, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely setting the tone for the week. I'll say that much. Okay, looks like I'm gonna go make a drink now real quick. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so it looks like GJ's finally retracing a bit, which is good. So I think we're gonna need to remove this area for the minute. Look on a 30-minute perspective. I think looking at it from a 30-minute perspective, this is our zone now that we may need to like respect for price to continue down, or even we'll just have to wait. We need to wait. But at least it's retracing a bit. But I'm hoping this isn't another liquidity grab on a candle for some further downside, because then we're just going to keep seeing more and more to the downside. Man, if you're from the UK, I salute you. It is absolutely freezing this morning. Oh. Okay. So how long we got to the 4-hour close? About an hour left. Yeah, so it looks like we've tapped into an area here where we looks like we're retracing like a liquidity zone. So 1 hour candle coming to a close. Yeah, it just broke through levels, man. It's crazy. Yeah, I think all we need is just one resistance, like a minor resistance, because we've got such heavy momentum. I think price can continue down, and I think we could have a really good day. If it creates a resistance, I think we could have a really good day. So let's just stay patient. Let's look at gold. Oh, look at gold. Wow. Well, there you go. Gold sells played out. So we called out gold sells from 1839 all the way down to 1831. And then even said, you know, once we break 1831, we should continue down to 1827. Looks like we reached that area too. And beyond. So yeah, looks like gold's on crack here today. Same as GJ. Okay, what else? Euro, JPY. Yeah, so price broke out. It's retracing a bit now. So nothing to see here. FTSE trying to continue bearish now after doing a fake out to the upside. So it looks like FTSE can continue down to this area here. Right. We have clean candles to the left. It's closed below even this minor support. So it's doing like a little retest and continuing down. GCAD. These GCAD's retracing a bit. So I think again, the same with GCAD. You know, once a resistance is created, it should continue moving down. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait. Okay, so it does seem like the 15-minute candle is going to close bullish, which is good because then that means price is creating another low. Obviously, we want it to retrace ideally because, you know, if it creates another resistance here now, like it can continue dropping, and it probably will in this particular circumstance. But most of the times when price drops and it creates a low, and then it creates further resistance, but at the low, not quite breaking the low, you know, there's a chance that it just consolidates for a bit. So, but with this heavy momentum, I think we can continue. But yeah, just gonna have to wait. Need at least, you know, candle to close in our direction. So still waiting involved here. Yeah, so if we look at the 15-minute candle, the way it closed bullish, right? So if this 15-minute candle does come down and break the low of the previous 15-minute candle, I don't think it's going to be yeah, I mean, look at the stop loss. It's just way too big. It's like 30 pips. So yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more waiting involved here for the minute. Definitely. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to wait until, sorry, I'm not going to take a trade until I see a candle close in my direction. I don't think an impulse entry is going to be a good idea at the moment. So I just need to wait for price to, you know, create like a resistance, and then we can continue down. UK official Brexit talks are likely to end today if there is no progress. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. This is why if we create some resistance and then just in time another announcement comes out, no deal Brexit, then boom, we should have a good day today. Morning. Still waiting here patiently. So while we're waiting, if anybody's got any charts or anything like that, we can check that out. Anyone in the Zoom, if they've got any charts, can also check that out. Are you friends with Monty? I've spoke to him once. So yeah, don't really know each other that well, but I've had to speak with him once or twice, just about general trading and stuff. But yeah, I haven't spoke to him in a long while, to be fair. But I know he does live streams as well. They're pretty good. Oh, look at GJ now, man. Is it trying to create some resistance for price to continue moving down? We'll see. Need to wait for the candle to close at least. I'm watching you from Tanzania. Oh, nice. In Africa, for the first time, I've deposited my 10 USD. What do you mean? What do you mean? Deposited your 10 USD. There's what's the word? These streams are free. You don't need to pay. So who have you paid? Who'd you pay your $10 to? Yeah, not really sure. Yeah, sorry, mate. Not really. Not sure who or what you've paid for $10 to. Man, is GJ just gonna keep on going? Oh, into his trading. Oh yeah. $10? Oh, well, yeah, because you can trade penny lots, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I don't. Yeah. Didn't really think about that for a second there. Okay. Man, look at this, man. I don't even know if it's gonna... Yeah, I don't even know right now. I don't even know. Can't take a sell down over here. Yeah, not gonna take an impulse entry. Definitely not. Not really. Yeah, not liking that at all. Gotta wait for a candle to close. And plus now, like, really thinking about it, like the 15-minute candle, if it closes as it is, I mean, the stop loss is going to be at least... Yeah, it's going to be like 20 pips, which isn't ideal, to be completely honest. Do you think it's a still? Do you think it's still a valid trade? I think if it breaks the low of the previous 15, it can continue down. Now, I only say that because of this strong volume. Would I recommend it? No, just because it's really selling at the low. I mean, we haven't really created a low on the higher time frames. We're just thinking from a 15-minute perspective, we've created a low. So what I'd rather wait to see if this 15-minute candle can close, maybe somewhere up over here, allowing me to get a better stop loss, right, for price to continue down. So if it does create a resistance here on the 15-minute time frame, then there's a high probability, that price is going to continue down. But I need to wait for this candle to close. I think selling at the low here is not going to be a good idea at all. It can work, like, don't get me wrong, it can work, and if that's your plan, then do what you gonna do. But at the same time, like, price has moved down already, like, what, 100 pips, 120 pips. Now, that's not to say it can't continue, but what that means is when price moves 120 pips down, price is creating a low. So that's why I'm even a little bit skeptical of just one 15-minute candle, right? A little bit skeptical. Obviously, I've seen this happen before. So I'd rather wait for resistance, because then I know there's a higher probability for the next candle to also continue, right? But we're coming to the last 5 minutes, and a lot can happen in the the last 5 minutes of the candle. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I think we have to see. Just gonna have to wait for the candle, nearing coming to close, and then assess. But I mean, yeah, just need two things. We need a resistance, which is being created now. So if this candle closes bearish, higher probability for the next one to wick up and then continue down. Or price is gonna create this low. We might have like a weak bearish candle, or even this candle go bullish, and then we can just wait. We need to wait at that point for like a resistance, because yeah. Ooh, looks like it's coming down. Yep, looks like I'm going to miss these sells again. Looks like we're going to miss the move again. So it's coming down to break the low. I'm not going to execute anything. Stop's going to be like 22 pips. Yeah, just not liking it. That's it. Not going to take it. It's breaking the low. And if it continues on, then that's it. It is what it is. The amount of times I've been caught out selling over here, unbelievable. So I'm not going to be making that mistake. This week I know is going to be a good week, because I know that I'm going to be so disciplined. So disciplined. After the 2 trades I took on Thursday, I've done a lot of work on it over the weekend. And honestly, I've come back this week and just ready to go again, man. Keeping that strong discipline. If anything, I think that mistake has made me more disciplined, because now I am not doing that again. That's not happening. Okay, 'cause that hit me. Wow, this is just gonna keep on going. Yeah, it would seem. And even if it closes somewhere down over here, like, it's just too big. It's just too big. Stop's gonna be way too big. Like, the only other way it can be done is if the next candle like retraces a lot. But yeah, that's it. Just gonna wait. And there you go. So people who did take sells on the break of the low should be pushing into yeah, you should have got 10. Man, that is 10 pips already. It's because these candles, they look so there you go. Should have had secure positions, and see if you can let a runner run to 138. But that's just incredible. Wow. Just one giant 4-hour candle. That's it. Looks like it's going to continue down, and going to miss this move here again. But yeah, just trust me, like this move, like it worked out today because we had heavy volume, but like a lot of the times this will break this low and then retrace, you know. So this is from a fundamental perspective, a fundamental push. I actually didn't expect this kind of movement in 1 hour. No, neither did I. It's a lot of movement. Yeah, even just 1 4-hour candle is like 100 and something pips now. Yeah, it's crazy, man. So yeah, looks like we missed the move, and that's it. Think it's gonna be a no trading day today. Think there's not gonna be a trade today.
Like once again, you could have maybe got in on the 5 minute. Price kind of made a low and formed resistance, but even still.
Yeah, I think maybe this is like one of those situations. The 5 minute works, but like it's just I don't even know, man. I don't even know at this point. Like it's just dropped so much. Like I don't want to call a bottom. I don't want to sell at the low. Yeah, I think the only time I'm going to take a trade at this point, it has to be when it retraces, because it's just going to keep on going. The candles are just getting bigger and stop losses are just getting... I mean, look at this, man. It's just continue. Oh, it's just continuing. It's just this is crazy. Never seen anything like it. So, yeah, people who took sells on the break of the low right over here, just got, another 25 pip move, squeeze. Incredible. Even GCAD, same thing. Yeah, I think it's going to be, like maybe pre-New York is going to pull back, and that's probably going to be our only hope. Yeah, I think if it doesn't pull back, there's probably going to be no trade today. But today was the day to leave runners running, I swear. I think with the new 1 hour, we should see a pullback, surely. Like 4 hour as well. Wow, look at that. I mean, look at that 4 hour candle. It just stands out. It's just a doom. You know, like when we had this bullish push, it continued on, made a high, and then retraced to continue up. So we could see, yeah, I think just gonna need to wait. Gonna need to wait. At this point, it's pretty risky to sell. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Like at this point, because it's you just be selling at the low, and we don't even know where the low is. So yeah, just gonna have to really wait for a retracement here. Still going. Look at that, man. Absolutely, that is incredible. Incredible. Pretty sure price will retrace at least to 138.295. Yeah, maybe. I think with maybe pre-New York, that's gonna be good. Just gonna have to wait. Yeah. I didn't see I didn't see the news today. What happened? Which caused this? I think this one here. Talking about the no deal. We're ready to pull out of the talks within hours. So I think that's it. I think it's getting priced in. I think the no deal is getting priced in right now. Ooh, looks like Euro JPY also continuing bearish. Looks like it did like a retest. Is that like a... Yeah. Yeah, so I think if Euro JPY, the 30-minute candle closes below this area, or even this 15-minute candle closes below. In fact, if you look on the 5-minute, it looks like the 5-minute's trying to create like some resistance, or... But anyway, focusing on the 15-minute time frame, I think price should continue moving down if it can, you know, close below this area. So yeah, I think EJ is going to continue bearish. There's just nothing we can do for a while here with GJ, because we literally just have to wait for some retracement. Then we can remove this zone now. Okay. Because even if we look on the 30-minute, like from this area now, it becomes messy. It becomes so messy. So it just, yeah, it gets tough at this point. But I think maybe this area is going to be another good target. 137, 800. And then look at it maybe from like a 1 hour perspective. Yeah. Yeah, it gets pretty hard at this point. Yeah, gonna need to wait for like a retracement, definitely. So we tried to create like a minor support here. Candle came down, broke the low, and so I think this someone was right around 138 300. If we can retrace to here and create some resistance to continue down and retest this low. Okay, so if we look at the 15-minute time frame, it does seem like price is closed at support, right? If we look left, this is a support. So yeah, really just can't do anything right now. Really can't. Wow, man, if this is just gonna continue, I don't even know what to say. Might have to call it a stream early. I'm joking. There's nothing to do right now. Gold. Yeah, I think gold can continue further down. Just maybe needs to break this low over here to continue down. Looks like EJ is going to continue bearish. 15-minute candle close below. Right. So hopefully GJ is going to create a low for us now. Hopefully that's what's going to happen. Hopefully we can retrace, create some more resistance, and then continue moving down. Yeah, today's a bit of a boring day. A lot of waiting involved. Obviously, boring in the sense that, we're watching the move play out with no way of us getting in so far. And obviously, for those who took sells on the break of this low, Like, obviously, well done, congratulations. I think it obviously, I said it could work, but at the same time, I just want you to remember, how many times is that gonna work? Because I know I've taken that sell myself plenty of times, and I've got burned on that a lot of times too. So just bear that in mind, that maybe this once is a one-off because there was a lot of volume. So I would say that, okay, yeah, made more sense. But yeah, I don't know, man. That's not gonna work. That doesn't work a lot of the times. Most of the time, that doesn't work out. Discipline test today. Oh yeah, 100%. But actually, I'd say this is the best I've ever felt about missing a move. I would say this is the best I've ever felt about missing a move. So we're coming into like the last 30 minutes of the 4 hours. So I'm hoping now that we're coming into like the last half an hour, we should pull back now. I'm hoping, because we had a lot of wicks in this area, a lot of mess in this zone. So I'd like it to pull back. I'd like the next 1 hour to wick up a bit and then continue driving down. So then that will give us an opportunity. Hopefully price is going to make a low, retrace, and then create some resistance to continue down. And hopefully then we'll get a trade today. If not, if there's no trade today, right, what do? We come back tomorrow. That's it. Okay, if there's no trade today, what that really means is your capital lives to survive another day. That's it. Wow, GJ is just continuing down. Wow. Oh, looks like EJ is retracing. So maybe your JPY is going to need to create like a minor resistance for price to continue down. Right. Oh, but then if we look at the 30-minute, so we need the 30-minute candle to close below this area. We also need the 15-minute candle to close below, and then, for the next 15-minute candle to create like a minor resistance, and then price can continue down. If we look at GCAD right now, GCAD looks, pretty much identical to GJ. So I think CAD's pretty strong. GBP is pretty weak. JPY is pretty strong. So if we look at CAD, we would need maybe a resistance below this zone for price to continue down. Looks like gold is retracing. Maybe needs to create a resistance to continue down because it's made a low, right? Price dropped. It's made a low, so just have to wait. Okay, we're coming to the last 4 minutes of the 15-minute candle. And then for those of you who are looking to take further sells on the break of the low, I would really advise against that, to be completely honest. But each to their own. Here, gonna do what I'm gonna do. So what I want to see is a retracement to 138, 280, 138, 300, and then for price to continue down and retest this low. That's pretty much the only trade I see viable. If that doesn't happen, then it's a no trading day today, and I just come back tomorrow. That's it. But I want to be really interested to see what happens, later on in the day, and see what happens with the with the Brexit talks. We'll see what happens. So the 30 minutes also coming to a close in 3 minutes, 2 minutes. I'm new here. Is there any videos showing the foundations of HFX? Yeah, HFX is just my name. I think if you're looking for the binary options HFX thing, then yeah, you're at the wrong place, mate. But if you're looking for videos or webinars on Forex trading and live trading, then obviously check out the YouTube, and there's plenty of stuff for you to look at over there. So it looks like the 15 may close bearish. I mean, look, I think if it does close bearish, I hate to say it, but there's a higher probability that we're going to continue down, right? Because we're creating a further resistance structure to continue down. I think if we look on the 5 minute, yeah, it looks like the 5 minutes creating some resistance. But to be honest with you, just can't do anything right now. I'm not willing to sell anywhere at these low points. I'm only willing to sell once we have a retracement. That's it. So yeah, let's have to wait and see. So I want this 15 to obviously close bullish, because then it paves way for the next candle to also go bullish, and then I can, I think we're gonna be waiting majority of the stream, but when it happens and if we get the move right, then we're gonna be. It's a moment of it's a moment of realization that this is what trading's all about. You get paid. You get paid to wait. Everyone says it, but it's true. There's no really other way of saying it. You do get paid to wait. If you're not patient, then you're gonna have to be the one to pay. If you are patient, you'll get paid. Okay, good. So it looks like the 15's closing bullish. It looks like, which will be nice if it can do so. If it can close bullish, then we can wait for the next. Yeah. Just keep faith. Just gotta wait for the retracement. Okay. So the 15-minute candle is, or did close bullish over here, right? If the 15-minute candle, next 15-minute candle does break the low, right, then obviously, yeah, I mean, I'm not taking no trades. I'm not doing anything at that point. The only thing I want to see is a retracement. Now, the reason why is because these breaks of these lows when we're in strong momentum, and I mean heavy strong momentum, can work. When there's breaks of the lows, right, but we're talking like a normal day when it's just a technical breakout, right, then these don't work. These will get you stitched up. You're just gonna get burned. So I'm not gonna do it now just because I think it's gonna continue down. I really want to see price retrace. I mean, if it doesn't retrace, this is just incredible. It really is. I think this is gonna be, yeah. I think literally the only thing I'm looking for is a retrace and a resistance, because then I'm going to feel more confident taking a sell. You know, I don't want to be taking a trade on a Monday on a break of the low when I know that's my... In fact, let's go to say that, you know, when I've looked at my losing trades, it's trades like this, you know, where price makes a low and then the next one breaks the low, and I always get caught out. So not making that mistake, right? Just going to have to wait to see what I want to see happen. And for those of you trying to take buys because you think we have a support formed, or you're like, okay, well, we have to do a 50% correction or anything like that, you know, it doesn't work like that. Price will do what it wants to do. Okay, and especially if this is fundamental, what's to say we're not going to continue? You know, think about the move that happened when we voted out. You know, we haven't even got to a point yet where we know if we're going to have a deal or a no deal. So this really does make all the difference. So as the 15-minute candle is coming up to break the high of the previous 15, hopefully it should now start retracing. That's the plan. Okay, so if you look at Euro JPY, it looks like the 30-minute candle closed above this area, right? 15-minute candle came down, closed above, next 15-minute candle. So yeah, I think there's no buys because we have like a previous zone here. We have a resistance over here. There's no sells because we're closing back above support. So probably need to wait for EJ to close back below this area here. But at least GBP JPY is retracing. Nice. Definitely what we want to see now. So hopefully it's not going to be one of those 30 minutes that breaks the high and then does like a liquidity grab to continue down. Obviously that's not what we want really. What we want is a full retrace and then you know, back up to this level and then some resistance, and then hopefully we're going to have a good day. So let's just measure this range real quick. So let's just say, you know, we have a candle close somewhere over here. We have a 20 pip range to retest this low. So that would be good. So yeah, anyway guys, if you're new to the stream, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. We will be doing the Magic Keys giveaway. Got 53 to go. 53 subscribers to go. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you are, and then you will be entered in. How will you select the winner? The winner will be selected at random. So I have a website that I use. You just put all the names, plug all the names into. I will get the winner's YouTube name. I will post that on my Instagram, the winner, right? And then what I will do is, I'll give them 24 hours to contact me to say, oh, I am the winner or whatever. If not, I'll try and get hold of them some way. If the person within, let's say, 48 hours doesn't get in contact, then I will pick a new winner. So I give them 48 hours to get in contact with me, and then if not, we will choose a new winner. So yeah. I'm hoping this isn't going to be one of those 30 minutes that breaks the high and then continues down, but it is looking like it. The way, I want this candle to close strong, man, so we can get a nice retrace and resistance. But I think the momentum is so heavy to the downside. I really don't know, because this is fundamentally driven as well. Yeah, last 22 minutes of the 4 hour. I'm hoping we should retrace now. I think it should do. Because if price continues moving down from here, like, man, we've just missed every move. Like, the whole thing just has been missed. It's incredible. Yeah, man, I think it's going to be one of those 30 minutes that breaks the high and then continues down to fill the wick. Yeah, unless this the next 5 minute can push up, but I don't know. It's looking, I have to admit, it's not looking great. Yeah, we really need, not really sure. And, can't really take a sell because stop loss would be way too big. Even if this 15 closes like a week bullish and then the next one breaks the low. I don't know at this point. We need to wait. I think today, personally, is probably going to be a no trading day, to be completely honest. I mean, if it just continues, like, there's just no way of entering in. Yeah, we really need this 15-minute candle to close stronger bullish. Otherwise, if it closes a weak bullish, there's, you know, a higher probability that if the next candle breaks the low of that previous 15, that we can continue down. And it's something I don't really want to do. I know that there's a lot of bearish volume, and I think it can do that. I mean, if we look at the way it tapped into 137.900, then it made a lower high. It made a higher low. So if it breaks that, then we can continue. But yeah, just not really don't really want to sell at the low here, you know. Just really wanna wait. Yeah, hopefully it's going to continue up. If it goes bullish, then obviously I'm going to be happy, because then just got to wait for the retrace. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, perfect. So hopefully this 15 candle is going to close strong, and then the 30 minute should be closing strong. Then hopefully we're going to get a retracement here. This is going to be... But yeah. But I think everyone should take today as a good lesson, you know, that trading really does require a high level of patience. It really does. Okay, so GJ 15 minute looking like it's closing strong bullish, which is good. Very good. So now what I want to see is a proper retracement, which is good. So everything is coming into place for the moment anyway. But there's still nothing to do right now. 4 hours coming to a close in 14 minutes. So this candle is the 4 hour close, right? So this is the 4 hour close. Should retrace. Okay, perfect. So the 15-minute candle has now broken the high of the previous 15-minute candle. Right? So I think I'm hoping now we can see a proper retracement. Perfect. It's heading up. So a little bit more waiting involved. Do you still consider 0.130 as resistance support looking at minute 30? Just 130, 130. Oh, do you mean the area to the left? I think at this point it's okay because this was previous information. This was just a guidance for an area we could reach. And, you know, this candle, it came down and it completely disregarded that zone. You know, it came down, it closed below. So I personally think now we have the clean traffic to the left. So prices, you know, now we just need to, basically we need to focus on this. That's all we need to do, because, you know, this information to the left has been completely disregarded now. So yeah, my thoughts here are just literally one thing is focus on this area. So what we want to see, for me to take a trade today, what I want to see is I want to see price retrace, right? We have like a nice strong bearish candle close, you know, 15 minute, 30 minute ideally. And then, you know, what we see happen a lot is when there's a strong volume and we're approaching an area. So let's just say, you know, this is the resistance, right? Let's just say this is resistance. Okay, and as the next candle is wicking up, right? You know, this is something that I've been testing, because the 30-minute candle hasn't closed. That, you know, you can potentially like add positions, right, for expecting price to continue down. And then usually what happens, the last 15-minute will clean this range, you know, something like this. And then I'm expecting, you know, for then price to just continue dropping, because we should get some more news later on that there's going to be a no deal. If it turns out that there's going to be a deal, right, and they say, okay, well, actually, you know, now we've come into the final hours, we're willing to compromise or whatever, then yes, I think some of this move will be corrected. I think if that's the case, then we can, in fact, let's just remove these zones anyway, because these are irrelevant now. These zones are irrelevant. So we need to look at our fresh zones, don't we? So this zone's irrelevant now. I can't believe price just literally broke through like so many levels, just so freely. I think this level can stay, but we're gonna, yeah, just leave that for a minute. In fact, no, let's not leave it. Let's remove it for a sec. Okay, so I think for a correction, right, we would need a break above 138.400, because then we have clean traffic to the left. And then plus, you know, if there's some positive headlines, then I think we can head you know, back up to like 139.200, somewhere over there. But yeah, I mean, right now I think price is just, it's made a low. So now we actually have a low created. Okay, we actually have a low created. So now if price creates a resistance, there's an 80% chance that low is going to get retested. So that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I've been waiting for all stream. I've sat here missing the whole move, right? So this is going to be the one trade. That's it. One resistance, retest the low, done. So if we measure this range, we spoke about this as a 30 pip range. So definitely enough range to take a sell, without a doubt. $30-minute, yeah, 30-minute is finally retracing. Oh, it's retracing a bit actually, but that's okay. Just gotta wait. Just gotta wait. Okay, this may be because, you know, we're coming into the last 6 minutes of the 4 hour, which is good because we want the 4 hour retrace. We need price to make a low. We need price to retrace. So it's perfectly fine, right? But you have to think as well, like now we're coming into, you know, maybe another hour pre-New York, right? So this is the point at which we have to see now, okay, as we're coming into pre-New York, are we going to reject this area to continue down? Or are we going to create some support, right, for maybe this move to get corrected? Because in the eyes of, you know, American and North American institutions, nothing's changed on the Brexit front. No official change has been made. But, you know, from our perspective, we know that if it's down to the last few hours and a deal hasn't been made, then there's a high probability there isn't going to be a deal, right? That's how we would see it. So, yeah, I think so. There's two things that I could wait for here, right? Because now we have clean ranges. Just remember, we have clean ranges now, okay? So there's two things I can wait for. Is a support above 138,400, because I'm not going to take a buy on a break above, because, you know, the momentum is bearish. So would really need like a support to form for like a stronger confirmation that price can correct some of this move, or looking for a resistance, you know, anywhere below 138,400. Right, because this is this is our previous resistance. Ideally, we want it to respect 138,300, but it may not. It may not. So yes. So if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you're subscribed. Really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers here. Yeah, not really had no more subscriptions today, but it's quite alright. Okay, looks like the 15-minute is retracing a bit here. 30-minute also retracing a bit. So we're coming into last few minutes of the 4 hour. Hi. Will you enter the 5-minute break low? No. No, I don't think I will. I want to wait for like a minor resistance or something like that. Yeah, no, I don't particularly want to do that. I know, yeah, I don't want to take trades off the 5-minute, you know, especially on a Monday. 1 hour's closing bullish, 30 minutes closing bullish. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off for a minute. Gonna hold off because the 15-minute candle is still bullish as well. So yeah, we still have enough range. We still have like 20 pip range. So just gotta wait. Full margin sell. Yeah, man. Exactly. Ooh, see? Look at the 15-minute now. Yeah. That's kind of why. So yeah. So yeah, come on guys, let's help get to 1,000 subscribers. Really not far away at all now. Literally 53 to go. Okay, if we look at the 15-minute time frame now, the 15-minute candle is closed above 138.300. So there's no buys because we have a resistance over here. I don't think there's sells yet because we don't have a candle close in our direction. So the only viable trade that I see is if we basically we need to close back below 138 280. So if this 15-minute candle closes below this area, then there's a higher probability for the next 15-minute candle to also continue down. So something we're going to look at. But for buys, I'd want to see a support above 138.400. Okay, let's look at the 30-minute. Yeah. It's either going to be that or need to wait for a 30-minute candle to close in my direction. So I need to wait here a little bit. New 4-hour candle open as well. So yeah, just going to wait here for a minute. So we've been here for 2.5 hours. Still waiting. Still waiting. So yeah, need to wait for this candle to close. Been a long session today.
Yeah, like nothing's happened. Like you're looking and waiting for like a candle to close to see what it does, which like preoccupies your mind. But like today, it's just not really been like that, has it?
Nope. It literally like, yeah, I think it's just because of the volume, you know. Like even over here, we should have at least, like, you see these big candles, we should have at least retraced a bit. But it's because of the news, we just carried on dropping, and we just had to sit there and watch. Nothing we could do. Literally nothing we could do. Yeah. We need to also wait for this 15-minute candle to close. Stop losses are looking a little bit bigger today.
Yeah, like it's a nice range if we can close below here, but then like you said, the stops might have to be a bit bigger.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, gonna have to wait for this candle to close. Either way. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Anyone see that?
Yeah.
Either that's this candle creating a wick, or that was just some news that just came out. Right, peoples, get on it. Is there news? Because that...
It was weird how it just flipped back again though. Like
yeah, that was yeah, but it's just like shoo, shoo.
Yeah.
It was like doo doo. You know when you close off Netflix, it was like doo doo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it might now just drop again, like completely.
GJ, man, don't do us like this. Don't do us like this. I think stop's going to be pretty big now anyway.
So yeah, without the top wick being formed. Yeah.
Why do you have to do that? GBP, JPY. Yeah. Maybe we'll see how the 30... I don't know. Let's hold on for a minute. Let's hold on.
Because maybe if the next 15 closes weak bullish,
yes,
and that closes the 30 below that area.
yeah, or if you look at it from a 30-minute perspective, like even a 30-minute bearish candle is enough for price to continue further down.
Yeah, true.
It's just these candles are pretty big. So it may just have to be, you know, we have to just accept that for us to take a trade, the stop loss is going to be slightly big. I don't know. Let me just see how the candle closes, and then I can go from there. I can't really... I think the only thing that I'm thinking is, you know, just maybe taking it down to like a 4 lot, something like that, just a little bit less. And then see if we can continue down. Okay, 4 minutes left. I think as long as this 15-minute candle closes below the zone, then the next 15-minute candle should continue down at that point. If it closes, you know, like at 138, 300, something like that, then I think I'm going to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. So last 4 minutes. Right. Do you think we might fill the 4-hour wick on GJ? Yeah, I think we can. Definitely. I went short. That spike up took my stop out. They took out my order. Ooh, so Jason, you got in. You think you got it early then? So this is I think that should be a lesson to you why you need to wait for candles to close, because you know it's something I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this whole drop to happen. Been waiting for like a resistance to form, right? But the thing is, when a candle's still open, right, we don't know whether it's gonna create a lower wick. We don't know whether it's gonna come up and create a higher wick. We don't know if it's gonna go all the way bearish and then flip bullish and continue up. Like in this space of 3 minutes, this candle, it could come up and close above this zone. Who knows, right? We don't know that. We don't know. All we know is that we need to wait and be patient and wait for candles to close. Because if this 15-minute candle closes like a weak bearish, right, then, I mean, I don't particularly want to take a counter trend trade. But at the same time, like, there's a higher probability that if the next candle breaks the high, that actually price could continue up and retrace a bit. It's something that's possible, right? So we have to wait for confirmations of either bullish bias or bearish bias. I'm not going to take that buy because, you know, I haven't planned to take that buy. All I've planned is to take a sell because the bias is bearish. So my plan for a buy was if we create some support. That's it. So now at this point, we've got 2 minutes left to wait for this candle to close. And that's what you have to do. You just have to wait for the candle to close, and then it's printed. Once it's printed, it's giving you the information. When the candle's still open, it hasn't printed yet.
I actually used to do that quite a lot, like thinking I'm going to miss the move, and because the candle's bearish, if I get in now, I can get a good entry, and then it just stopped me out.
Yeah,
it's just like, it's so annoying.
Happens, man. But I think like obviously, I've been there too. You've been there. I think a lot of people have been there. So this is why, you know, we're talking from experience that doesn't work. That's only going to lead to losses. So, you know, Jason, we're not trying to, it's not like a dip you out. It's just, you know, I've been there. I know Kelsey's been there. So honestly, like, you just got to wait for candles to close. Honestly, you really do.
Because then you'll feel that much more confident in your trade.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. And then, you know, as you see candles close, that's where you see patterns print the same way. You know? Okay, last 53 seconds. So let's say it closes like kind of below the zone. Yeah, stop's going to be a little bit big. Probably going to reduce risk over here. So yeah, looks like the 15-minute candle is trying to close below this area. And if it closes a strong, then I think there's a higher probability for the next 15-minute candle to also continue down. But we need to obviously wait to see if it can close below. So it looks like it's going to close below. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So I entered in the sell because the candle closed back below this area here, keeping the stop loss above the previous candle, which is around like 15 pips. So with the 4-lot position, it's basically like a normal position for me now. Okay, so that's kind of how. So yeah.
Yeah, I've gone in a bit smaller as well.
So we've been waiting for this all session. So what I'm expecting is this 15-minute candle to hopefully break this low and then continue down to retest the low. We're already pushing into profits here. So it's broken the low, or coming to the low of the previous 15-minute. So just got to be patient, cautious, right? Because we look at the overall 30-minute candle still open. So just got to let price do its thing. It may flip back bullish because obviously it's just pushed straight into profits. So don't be disheartened if it now flips bullish. Don't get panicky. You know, price may come up to create like a top wick. So just let the candle do its thing. But let's look on the 5-minute time frame, because obviously the 5 minutes going to give us some information. So if we look at it from a 5-minute perspective, like we need 5-minute candles to be closing below 138.285, right? We need the 5-minute candles to be closing below this area, because you know this is the previous zone. It looks like the previous 5-minute candle respected this area. The current 5-minute candle broke the low. So yeah, we really need price to stay below this area. So just be patient for anyone who's in sells. I think at worst way, you know, if the 30-minute candle closes bearish, the trade's still valid, right? So we can look at that. But obviously we want to see how maybe this 15-minute candle closes. But I'm going to keep an eye on the 5-minute here.
Yeah, I might take some off. It breaks that 5-minute previous.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too. I was looking at that too. If it comes up to break this previous 5-minute high. But I mean, there's heavy, strong momentum, so we'll see. But yeah. Oh, looks like it did break that high.
Yeah, closed half there.
Yeah, I closed 50% over here too. I closed 50% here too, because at the end of the day, we don't want to take a full loss if price just comes up and hits stop loss. You know, there's nothing we can do about that. So we do have to look at reducing the risk. You know, maybe potentially could have waited for the 30-minute candle to close, but the 15-minute candle, you know, it closed back below the zone. So we just have to look at which the point now where we would maybe like add a position. So I think I'd maybe like add a position if this 5-minute, you know, flips back and closes back below. But run into a little bit of a drawdown over here. Yeah, I think as long as the 30-minute candle closes bearish, then the sells are still valid at that point. But we've waited all session for this. You know, price to create a low, retrace. I think the confirmation for me was, you know, if we look at the 15-minute candle, it closed back below this area. You know, the 5-minute could be doing like a liquidity grab and then continue down. So, yeah, I think if this 5-minute candle closes bearish, then I may add that position back on, because, you know, we had to reduce risk because it broke the high, and so yeah, let's just wait here for a minute. But yes, it never broke the high of the previous 15 yet, but it did break the high of that 5-minute. So we really wanted to see it respect that high for there to be a higher probability for price to continue down. So despite what you think's gonna happen, despite you thinking price may move down, we have to always be careful of risk, because I know there's gonna be some people that didn't take 50% off, which is fine. It's completely fine, but you do have to be cautious too. Because if this 5-minute closes bullish, which it did, I think the sells are becoming a lot harder at this point. So yeah, I think the sells are becoming a lot harder. Maybe even should have waited for the 30-minute to close, but I think we had the confirmations there on the 15 anyway. So I'm just looking at the point now, where maybe could I add a position? How can I get like an extra confirmation? Because that was something that I was testing over the weekend, and I was looking at, okay, well, when I close 50%, how can I add a position to a trade? How can I get that position back? So I think for that to happen, we'd need, I don't really know right now. I think maybe just wait for this 15 minutes kind of to close. Because if it closes bearish, then, there's a higher probability that the next one would continue down. So yeah, I think if the 30-minute candle closes like a strong 30-minute, then maybe then could add a position, right? If the 15-minute closes like a weak bullish, that's also like not too bad. So just gonna wait here, but have a position still running anyway. So probably gonna call it a stream after this trade plays out. So yeah, we've got 8 minutes left. Yeah, I think on the 5-minute time frame, if this 5-minute candle breaks the high of the previous 5 minutes, I think the sells are going to be very tough at that point. Very, very difficult.
Yeah, I'm just hoping this 5 minutes not making its like bottom wick and then it like flips bullish.
Yeah.
Because it shouldn't do.
It shouldn't do, but it can. So I think for like a second position added in is going to be like a 15-minute candle closing, then this 15-minute candle closing bearish, because then the overall 30-minute would be closing bearish, and then there's a higher probability that we should continue moving down. As you can see, this candle is now flipping back. But yeah, just going to wait for this candle to close. I think if this 15 closes like a weak bullish, then that means the 30-minute would be closing strong, But yeah, just gonna chill out now and just wait. So I think that 5-minute candle is trying to close back below this area. So it's looking better at this point. So yeah, 5-minute candle is closing bearish. We still got a couple minutes left for the 15-minute candle to close. 30-minute candle closing. So I think if this current 15-minute candle breaks the high of its own high, that's the point at which I'm going to close the full position.
Yeah, I've moved my stops there already. And then if it breaks previous 5-minute high, I might take another half off.
Yeah, all we need now is just Boris to come out with a no deal, and then boom, we'll be right into profits. Yeah, we'll be super good. Three minutes left. Okay. So I think if this candle closes a week bullish, something I've seen happen before, right? Because we had a okay, so let's talk about how I could add a position, because this is something that I've seen happen a lot of times. So we had a support formed over here. This candle came down, it broke below this support to the left hand side, came down and created a low, right? We then had a 15-minute candle came up, closed back above this previous support. Okay, we then had a previous candle, the previous 50-minute candle, which is our entry candle. It came down and it closed back below this area, right? So as long as this 15-minute candle either closes weak bullish below this area, closes bearish below this area, then the overall 30-minute will also be closing bearish, which gives us a high probability for price to continue moving down, right? But we need this 15-minute candle to close below this area, right? And the 30-minute to close strong. Otherwise, if this candle closes like a strong candle, then I think the sells become very hard at that point. And if this candle closes bullish, I'm going to close another 50% of the position and then let the rest see if it can run over there. But yeah, that's kind of the analysis. So if it closes bearish, I'll add a position. If it closes bullish, I'm going to take more off the trade, right? Because then the 30-minute would be closing like a weak candle. So yeah, you can see now the candle's coming back up. And if it breaks its own high, then I'm going to be closing the full position here.
I'm out of this now, fully.
Yeah. Yeah, see, at this point, is candle's coming to a close. Gonna take another 50% off this trade once this candle closes bullish. Okay, there we go. I closed another 50% of the position. So yeah, now just gonna let the rest run. So if we look at the 30-minute, the 30-minute candle closed like a weak bearish candle. So I mean, yeah, had we have waited for the 30-minute, it may just continue down at this point, right? And then continue down, but at the same time, like, yeah, I don't know. I think because this 15-minute candle closed bullish, it just becomes very hard for price to continue down at this point. But just in case it does continue down, I'm going to keep my stop loss above this candle, because then if it does respect the fact that we have a resistance created and a low, and this candle just decides to, you know, do some sort you know, does what it does, then I still have, you know, profit in the bag, if that makes sense. You know, and then if the last 25% of the position does run, then I'll be break even for the day. But I do think the sells are becoming, yeah, they're definitely becoming hard. Yeah, so did around 200 loss with a 4 lot position open, so around 5 pip loss so far. Obviously you've still got a little 1 lot position running, but just see how it goes. I mean, if I hold the 1 lot position and then there's an announcement, who knows? That would be really nice. Hopefully Boris just comes out with something, and yeah. Yeah. No subs for me today. See you tomorrow, mate. Yep, see you tomorrow. See you later. But it can go against you. Yes, I know, but you know, I'm just waiting to see, because at the same time, you know, the 30 minutes still closed bearish. So technically, if we're gonna continue, if we're gonna continue down, it needs to respect this high. So yeah, I'm gonna leave the stop here for a minute. Last week Brexit had me good. 2 stop loss hit because of Brexit. Yeah, man. I think after this week, I think after the new year, it's gonna be better, because we kind of know what's going on at that point, and yeah. We're not adding any more news or anything here. No. No news. Brexit, bro. Sometimes yes, no. Sometimes maybe. Yeah, I don't think it's looking good at the moment, but I'm just gonna see because we don't know yet. We don't know yet. See, even if I wait for the 30-minute candle to close, one of the reasons why I'd be skeptical was because of, the way the 15-minute candle closed. It closed bullish. So, like, I think if I was looking for sells based on the 30-minute right now, let's say, how I would go about it, I want to see the first 15-minute candle close bearish, right? Because now we have a support formed right over here. So we would need a candle to come down and close below this area for price to continue down. But it looks so much cleaner based on the 30-minute. The 15-minute looks messy now. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's yeah, you're right. It's Monday, which is why I put less risk and really manage the trade, and it's not so bad for a Monday. Because if my one lot position does go back into profits, like I'm gonna have a break even day, or I can even see how much it's gonna run and go from there. I'm thinking of increasing my account size. Do you think January would be a good time to do so? I think after the new year is probably the best time if you're gonna do it. I wouldn't say. Yeah, I mean that's completely up to you. Like it makes no difference. Each trading week is considered like the same in the sense, as long as you manage risk and things like that, then it doesn't really make a difference. But I would just say for like a psychological perspective, probably better to start with the new year, because then it's like new year, new account, it's going to make you feel better. You can have fresh mindset, say, right, I have a fresh year. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. This can be my risk and all that stuff. So I think a good idea to look for sells at this point is if this first 15-minute candle closes below this area. I think if that happens, I know it's only Monday, but because if we think about it now, new analysis just based on what's going on, like price now is ranging, right? We're in this range. So if we're in a range, if we have a candle come down and close below support, close into these wicks, there's a higher probability for the next one to continue down. So that's maybe the point at which I'd give a sell, like a second chance, or even add a position. But just like while it's in this range, I'm just going to let the one lot position run, because then if it does go into profits, I can potentially make back the whole loss just based off this small 25% that's running. Hi Harrison, did you catch the sells on GJ? Attempted to catch a retest of the low, but hasn't worked out so far. So just going to wait to see if the first 15 minutes of this 30-minute can close below this support, and then I can anticipate that we will continue down to retest that low. So if we think about it, if a 15-minute candle closes below this area, it makes it very hard for any break of the high of this zone to continue up. So that's something that I'm going to look for. 3 minutes left. So I think if this 15-minute candle closes below this area here to the left-hand side, that the next candle can then continue down. So if this candle closes below, I think if as long as the stop loss isn't too bad, then I could add a position. So let's just move this over, like, because this is where the entry still is, but stop is still kept above this area. So I still have a 1-lot position running right now, right? But we need this candle to close below. If it can't close below, then yeah, it's just ranging. So I think if it closes below, I could add a position, keeping stop above the current 15-minute candle, or previous 15-minute candle, to continue down. Yeah, something I'm gonna look for. So yeah, 1-lot position running back into profits now. And in fact, the stop loss isn't as big as compared to the first trade, if it can just retrace a little bit on the candle close. I took sells at 8:40 a.m. on the 5-minute candle, then buys at 9:30 a.m. on the break of the 50-minute candle. Thoughts on these trades? I think if you want to send a chart, that's going to be a lot easier for me to check that out. If you send a chart, I'm more than happy to check that out, mate. So yeah, I think if this 15-minute candle closes below this area, then I may give the sells a second chance to play out here, because then it would be closing back below this consolidation, and next candle should wick up and then continue down. So almost like giving the chance two chances. You know, that's kind of what I'm saying here. 2 chances for the sells to play out. Obviously, if there's news or anything, then it's a bit fucked. But yeah. Yeah, I really think as long as this 15-minute candle closes below, then price should just continue. Yeah, maybe if it's just a little bit more patient, this could have been the actual perfect entry for price to continue. So let's wait the 50 seconds. Obviously, if it closes with no wick to the bottom, that's not going to be good. But I'd like it to retrace a bit, and then that's going to be much better. Looks like it's running a bit over here. 30-minute candle's coming down. So probably should have just, yeah, maybe the entry was to wait for the 30-minute candle to close over here today. So last 20 seconds of the 15 minutes. See if it can retrace a bit. Nice. So it's retracing. It's trying to close below. Okay, perfect. So 15-minute candle closed below. So I think at this point, price should continue moving bearish. So yeah, so this current 15-minute candle should create like a little top wick, and then it should continue moving bearish at this point. So yeah, added a position on the candle close. So I think now is going to be a good time for price to continue down to retest this low created. So almost giving the sells 2 chances here to play out, right? So yeah, just gonna wait. Stop loss above this candle. Yeah, so the stop on the current trade is above the previous 15-minute. So yeah, I'm really expecting this current 15-minute to just create a little bit of a top wick and then continue moving bearish at this point. Because, you know, we've got some heavy, strong momentum now. So, but yeah, at least respect this area, right? At least respect it. But it may wick up a little bit and then continue down. But these are the two trades that I'm taking today. That's it. You know, that is it. If we look on the 5-minute, oh, it broke the high of the previous 5-minute. But you see, I see that happen a lot, and then it does continue. So I'm not going to do anything just yet. Nothing yet. Because the candle closed strong. It closed below. The 30-minute also is trying to close. I think it should continue down. I mean, we have some heavy momentum as well. So don't forget we had this big bearish move. Ooh, it's retracing a bit. Oh, GJ. Maybe today is not your day, hey?
I'll go back in as well. Gave it a second chance, and it's like,
Yeah,
not doing it.
Yeah, it's not
Great.
not looking good right now. Yeah, so I think this is the point I'm gonna close. See the thing, yeah, I don't know, man. It's not looking great.
Like, even if you look on the 30, you'd expect, like, with the momentum we have, even with a weak 30-minute close, you'd expect the next candle to.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm really not. Yeah. See, once this 15-minute candle closed below, that was the point at which I was like, okay, well, you know what? Like, now the sells should play out, because now we have a clean range to retest the low. We closed below this area, right? So this was kind of the point at which I was like, okay, now we really should continue. So I'm hoping this 15 is like just doing some form of liquidity wick to continue down. Maybe it should have been an impulse entry, you know, like waited for this candle to create a top wick and then continue. But then we never really would know whether it's going to do that or not. Do you know what I mean? We don't know where the... Yeah, I don't know. I think the two sells are... I think they're justified today anyway. So, yeah, not really liking it. So I closed 50% of the second position just because, you know, it's running into a drawdown now. Yeah, not really liking this. So, yes. It's the 30-minute candle's now flipping bullish. Yeah, I wasn't really expecting price to do this, I must admit. I did add another position. Really wasn't expecting it to do so. So yeah, I think I'm going to be closing out positions over here. Yeah, it looks like going to be closing positions in a sec once it breaks that high. Wow. So missed the whole drop. Waited all session to take two losses. Oh man, funny. Yeah, I really thought when this 15 closed below that we were going to continue down at that point. That was the point at which I was like, yep, seen this happen many a times before. So I think this is the point at which going to close the full position at this point now. So yeah, I'm out of this trade. Not liking it. How can we trade this better? I don't know, man. I really don't think it's day. I mean, you could say wait for price to break the low, like would have made sense, but like, you know, the candle closed below, like, I don't know. Oh no, I have to assess it once it's all printed, but yeah, 2 losses today, man. I suppose the good thing is that the 2 losses, they kind of accounted for 1 full loss of like a normal position because I used less risk on both of the entries. but at the same time, like, yeah, it's pretty frustrating. Thought the second sells were really going to play out then. But yeah, Monday, man. Monday just got me. But hey, that's it. Oh, we've got a subscription there. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. So yeah, looks like we had 2 losing trades today.
Not the best way to start the week, especially after waiting like a good
The
2.5
whole session.
hours.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah, it is a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. This is yeah. Yeah, so I think we should just take a step back for a sec and let's just start from the daily and let's really look at maybe what kind of. So I mean, looking at the daily now, I suppose we came into this zone, right? We came into this zone because this is a zone. So just maybe its price is gonna pull back from this area because this was a previous liquidity zone here from the left. We also had liquidity being generated over here before we had that push up. So I suppose it was risky in that sense because we were coming into this zone, right? But I'm not going to focus on that because we're going to focus on the smaller time frames because they make up the higher time frames. So let's focus on that for a sec. So keeping that in mind, let's go back to the 4 hour. So looking at the 4 hour, obviously the 4 hour was coming down. It made a low, so we was kind of expecting the next 4 hour to continue down, right? And what we also noticed was that we also had this zone here, right, again, that we were discussing. And if you look, the 4 hour candle, it closed below this whole zone. So we was really expecting price to continue further down. So I think these sells were just probabilities of playing out. I have to admit, it was just a probabilities factor. I don't think the trade was wrong. So let's go to the 1 hour. So the 1 hour candle closed bullish. So the 1 hour time frame made a low. Okay, so that's fine. But at the same time, 1 hour candle making a low does not mean that the next 1 hour candle is going to go bullish. We also know that, right? We see how the 1 hour candle closed. It closed directly below this zone. So we was kind of really expecting if a resistance was created for price to continue down. We look at the 30-minute, a resistance was created on the 30-minute time frame for price to continue down. So even if, okay, the only way this trade could have worked was from a 30-minute perspective on the close, because then yes, it would have pushed into profits and you could have secured, and then you would have a smaller risk. So how do I avoid? Okay, so the only thing that I think could have been done better on this particular occasion was to wait for the 30-minute candle to close. But there was such strong momentum that, we had never even created a 15-minute resistance for price to continue down, right? So let's go back now. Let's look on the 15-minute time frame. And now looking on the 15-minute, so we had a support here to the left. Price came down, broke down, created a low. It then retraced and it closed back above 138.300. Now the next 15-minute candle, it closed back below this area. So this was the time at which, okay, if we just bring this up, so we can see how this candle came down. It closed back below the zone. We're in a downtrend. We've got heavy momentum. So was really expecting the next candle to drop, reduce the risk, manage the trade, right? And then obviously, and then came to the conclusion, okay, fine, it's just ranging. If you look on the 15-minute, we've closed back above this level and it's just consolidating. That's no problem. Then next, once the 15-minute candle closed below this zone, right over here, this 15-minute candle closed below, closed into these wicks. If the correct entry was an impulse entry, the stop would have been at least 17 pips, right? The stop would have been at least 17 pips, would have been a much larger stop loss for price to continue down. The range is like 20 pips, so that wouldn't have been great. On the close, however, the stop loss was going to be around 13 pips, 12 pips, and actually I used less risk, so it was around a 10 pip normal position stop. So I'm glad I used 2 smaller position trades today for sure, because that's allowed me to keep the losses a lot smaller than they potentially would have been had I have taken, 2 normal position trades. So then the next position, again, the probabilities weren't there. See, the first one, I can understand potentially not working out. But once this candle closed below this zone, that was the point at which I'm like, okay, well, we should continue dropping now at that point. That was always going to be the area that once we close below this minor support here, that was the point at which I'd always be looking for sells. Every single time I'd be looking for sells there. So just personally speaking, it's just a probabilities factor. That's it. We can't dwell on what the market's just done. We can just dwell on our performance. And at the end of the day, I'm not really disheartened, actually, as much as I would be. Because, I know that I stuck to what I've seen happen. I know that I stuck to probabilities. And the probabilities just weren't there. So now, I'm going to call it a day. And that's it. Come back tomorrow. I think if this 30-minute candle closes bearish, though, in 2 minutes, it's just setting up now that maybe it just wasn't there to start with, and the volume wasn't there to continue us down, but it's coming. I mean, look at this. It broke the high and it's now retracing to close weaker than the previous candle. Like, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. So yeah, 2 losses here. 2 losses here today. Done around. So what was the losses in the end? So they equivalated for minus 600. So my normal position would be like what, minus 500. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, mine was ended up being 63. I'd normally be doing the 0.5, so it's kind of the same as yours, just divided by 10 in it.
Yeah. Exactly.
But like you said though, like the way it's set up, you'd take it every time if you saw it again. So
yeah. Exactly. So probably going to call it a stream here in a minute too as well. But we'll just wait for this candle to close. And so, I mean, if we're looking at it now, like if the 1 hour candle's closing bearish, maybe we would just, well, we can't really say we was early because, the confirmations were there early on. So yeah, but I think now we can say this is a range here. But yeah, I blame Mondays. Everybody hates Mondays, and Mondays is the day. But I mean, yeah. So like I said, like looking back, like the only way we could have made this work was based off the 30-minute candle close, and then it did kind of come down to fill the wick, which could have ran for like 10 pips. So that would basically have been the entry based off this close. So you would just rid this straight candle down. So like, yeah, maybe looking back, like that was kind of the only entry there, to be honest. I mean, look at this candle now, like, yeah. Watch if this next candle breaks this low, it's just going to drop. So the 30-minute candle did close bearish. The 1 hour candle also closed bearish. So yeah, I think this was like a delayed move here for that push. I feel like once it breaks this low, it's going to continue down at that point. But I mean, look at the stop loss there. Yeah, no, I'm done for the day, man. Just got to accept that it didn't work out. That's it. But like looking at the structure now, like it's going to go now. It's going to continue down now, which is annoying. It's really annoying. I know if people have already taken 2 trades, 2 losses, it's up to you. You're grown adults, or you should be if you're trading. You can make your own decisions, but me, I'm going to call it a day. See, now it's coming down to break this low, and it's going to continue down. It's going to continue down.
Last thing you want to do is get in now and then it flips again.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. No, I'm not.
It'll get you just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's saying, come on, who's got the balls?
Like, if anything, it's good to know that, direction was right, and, just play that later.
Yeah, exactly. Because, now you can learn, there's always something to learn. Always something to learn. But yeah, like I say, like I think now the move is going to play out. I mean, even if you just got in on that close there, like you're already just securing positions, man. Like, I think the moral here was the 15 was the weaker time frame. I think if we stuck to the 30, we could have had a decent day because you could have secured positions but yeah.
It's crazy that like the previous 30 broke the other 30-minute high. So obviously, even though that happened later,
yeah,
it's still just playing up in it.
Yeah, I think it's just a liquidity grab over there. But yeah, mate, exactly. So for those of you who took trades and it didn't play out this morning, you know, don't be disheartened. This is how the game works. Just manage the risk. You know, think about if we didn't manage the first trade, if we didn't manage the risk. You know, you just got to think about that. Did you guys manage the risk? And when I look back, you know, maybe could have closed percentage as the 5 minute broke the high, but like, you know, who was to know that we didn't expect it to do this before continuing. We did not expect that. So yeah, just a probabilities factor. So anyway, thanks guys for coming today. Let's see how many subscribers we got here now. Oh, we've hit 950. Oh, look at that, man. It's broken the low, and yeah, I really hope.
Crazy.
Yeah, nah. I'm glad not to be. Yeah, I think today's the perfect day just to go and enjoy the rest of the day now, because yeah, not.
Like, if it's not been your day up to now, it's not going to be it.
Yeah, and especially if people are taking that third trade and then now they're like, oh shit, no. Yeah. Okay, let's do a quick little round off here, you know, as we're coming to the end of the session. So let's look at gold. Oh, look at gold. So look at gold's coming down. Exactly what I thought it was going to do. Create some resistance for price to continue down. But yeah, just is what it is. So gold, looks like gold sells were the play, really. Gold sells was the move today. 20 pips, 30 pip range. Look at the, yeah, not even a 15-minute candle close bullish. Respecting all the highs. Boom. Nice. GJ obviously playing around. Oh, what's going on, Paul? How's it going, mate? Just about to call it a session here in a minute. So yeah, GJ. I think if people haven't taken a trade or they're looking for a trade on GJ, I think you need to see a candle closing below this area because this is like a consolidation now. Like, you know, I thought once it broke the low, it should keep dropping, but clearly it's just one of those days where it's just really playing about. So be very cautious with your capital today. What do you say to not be able to stay in the trade, get into profit and just close? Look, I don't know, man. It's up to you. Like, I think right now it's just completely playing up. Like, you know, we gave the sells 2 chances and it just, like, it made no sense what it did. So yeah, I think it's completely up to you. I would just say if you're going to manage the trade, like, you want these candles to close below. If candles are staying in the range, then make sure you're reducing risk or even getting out of the trade. But if it's coming back below or closing below, then your sells will be valid at that point. So looking at US 30 or the Dow. So it looks like it did like a fake out over here. So broke down. So it faked out to the upside, then it broke down, and then it faked out of the support. Or even just, you know, kind of reacted to this support and then it's retraced a bit. Yeah, I don't really think there's much of a trade here. Maybe, you know, like a sell once the 50-minute candle closed, but just thinking hypothetically. Let's look at GCAD because GCAD would have done a similar move. So let's look at GCAD done the same thing, right? It tried to create like a resistance, or, you know, it tried to. So hang on, let's go to the 30-minute. See, the difference with GCAD is the 30-minute candles are closing weak bullish. So I still wouldn't have been inclined to take sells at that point. Yeah. Just looks like the probabilities just weren't there. Yeah, I think the probabilities just weren't there. Looking at the 1 hour time frame though, I've seen this before happen, and I think this 1 hour candle should just come down, but that would give confidence that GJ also should continue down. Let's look at Euro JPY. Didn't really look at Euro JPY a lot today. Oh yeah, so it looks like it came down to this area and it's now back in this range. So it's doing like a liquidity grab within this range to continue up, probably to correct this full move. And then the FTSE, just a mess. Just a mess, like GJ. Yeah, probably, I think once this Brexit nonsense gets sorted out, I think price is going to move a lot better. Also think once it gets sorted out, we can actually have a, proper, like, structure to, the higher time frames at this point. Because this is all just, I suppose it's just a little bit of guessing. It's just a bit of guessing. So, yeah. You think euro will continue dumping? The euro is not dumping right now. Euro is moving bullish. If you look, candles are moving bullish now. It's corrected this move down. So, but yeah, I think anyone who's in sells on the break of this low, you just want to make sure that this candle's closing below, and then your entry is valid. USD CAD, I don't trade USD CAD, and I would check out a chart, but it's the end of the stream now, so gonna call it a day. So anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching the stream today. So obviously we had 2 trades today, 2 losses, didn't work out, is what it is. Come back tomorrow, do the same thing tomorrow, and that's it. Gonna obviously have to be a bit more cautious coming into the new tomorrow now, but was willing to give the buyers 2 chances because we had heavy momentum, right? We had a resistance created, but it just looks like it just literally was one of those days. Okay, so anyway, guys, thanks very much for coming, and we'll see you all